Hello everybody, it's Steve. Welcome back to Surviving Mars Below and Beyond. It's Sol 22, and we have a cold wave that is starting to wind down. We're scanning all the way down in here on sector H1 that we just scanned out. There's not a lot going on this side of the map. We're pretty much in a holding pattern at this point. We do want to make sure, as this colony slowly continues to grow, that, well, it continues to grow. I'm out of machine parts completely right now, so I've got an export going at the moment. I'm going to shut this guy down, because without those machine parts, I'm going to be up, for lack of a better term, I'm going to be up shit creek. As soon as this rocket gets to Earth, you know, I can actually order a supply pod with quite a few machine parts, so I'm just going to do that. Just fill it to the gills. Granted, it's a lot of money coming out the door, that I need these machine parts to keep everything operational. Bit of a concern. And then also to get an automated machine parts factory going and an automated metals extractor going. I just need one of each at the moment. These things will produce 12 on their own, 12 machine parts per day. And I know somebody was saying, like, oh, this sounds a little bit like cheating, but if you go into the research, well, once I have that unlocked, I could show you how much it makes. These automated factories do not do nearly as well as the actual factories you get in-game. The ones that you have inside domes or polymer factories just sitting outside of the domes. They actually do a heck of a lot more if you have people manning them. These factories are, they're okay, they're nice. The real point of them, especially for a difficulty like this, is you can keep the colony sustaining itself while still having everything up and running. In fact, I'm just going to shut you down too. So my automated extractor, I think I'm going to set up for... I'll set up for this guy, the 644 site. And I'll be able to put him far enough away where he's not going to get dusted. And in fact, my guy there's going to malfunction here in a moment. Oh, bollocks. Okay. There's my rare anomaly for that. In fact, let's go ahead and send my RC commander over to scan this key. I'll head back upstairs. Here we go. And I'm just going to queue this up. Know that I'm putting it as far away as I can. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm doing these things. That's another issue with the machine parts factory. They take a crap load of materials to be built. Really, you bring down a meteor right on top of me. You couldn't give me a little bloody research? Jackasses. And from here, I'm actually just going to connect her up to that way from it.
Resources are low.
Yeah, I know. They're very low. Let's go ahead and fix that problem, please. Yeah. So we need 30 machine parts from here. And, oh, perfect. Hey has the 30 rares that I was looking for from the last video. Let's get those. I'm going to bring that rocket that I have. I'm going to just turn around, bring them straight back. Alright, and my explorer's right there. That just spawns a Vista. Doesn't do anything for me right now.
Sector scanned.
I'm going to go ahead and spin my polymers to get this going. Immediately, not enough power is an issue because the drain on the grid is extreme at this point. 50 polymer, 74. Doesn't really help me all that much. You're fully loaded. Come on back, hey. Alright. That's going to take up about half the machine parts I got left. And now it's really important that this thing keeps operating and I keep enough materials going for this because...
Research complete.
Extractor amplification, that's really helpful actually because it'll work both for these guys, the existing extractors, and for these automated extractors. I know it says plus 0 production, plus 0% power. It should actually work when you have extractor amplification going for it. We've got power during the day. We'll have actually a point. We're only going to have a drop off of 2 during the overnight hours. And I've got 8 machine parts. I'm not planning on turning this guy back on for the time being. I've got 200 machine parts I'm sitting on at the moment, so I don't actually need to utilize it right away.
Anomaly analyzed.
There's more to the barren
Mineral
mineral
applications and subsurface heating, so we can use improved photovoltaics, and I guess faster trains was done up by the extracting amplification. So we have faster trains. This is one of the new techs, and subsurface heating. Don't know why it took me so long to find that one. I know there's a rare here.
Funding received.
In fact, let's just do it. Let's just scan the thing. So we need 30 electronics to do the high-speed comm satellite, and I can turn around and get 200 electronics from that. Wait a minute. What soul is it? 24. Damn, I'm already dealing with inflation. Alright, so I'm just going to bring up as much as I can. In fact, I'll bring up 700 and I'll bring up that much. For the time being, because I still don't have access to any rare metal deposits, unfortunately. Oh. This is a thought. I do have access to metals right here. I don't have deep mining yet. Again, I was waiting for the tunnel clearing tech. That's what I'm waiting for down here. Right. So let's see. I'm waiting for overnight hours to see what our power situation is going to be. -2. That's acceptable, actually. But if I do this and then do that... I actually got a polymer blade both these guys. Because the increase is only by 5 between... roughly 5 between regular and polymer blades, so I need to actually do that. Meaning that we now have just a small drop-off during the overnight hours, and we should be able to continually produce those machine parts. Let's take a look at the ancient artifact. Our vehicle system's blacked out. All attempts to reboot have failed. You can pause and read this one. I've done this one a couple of times already, so we now have the ancient artifact. This is like, oh, hey, do you want to spend some drones on this? I don't want to spend drones on this just yet. Drones are kind of a good resource. They're nice. I'd like to keep my drones around as long as possible. And unironically, after I clicked through the video, or after I finished one of the previous videos, I just clicked around, and if you just click up here randomly, it says Jumbo Cave. So I know that this is going to be a very, very similar map to what I had in the 1165 playthrough, this 1200% playthrough I'm working on right now. So we've got the ancient artifact, and we have the Jumbo Cave. I do like the Jumbo Cave idea. I think, I don't know if it's like exactly what I'm looking for. I know there's something called the Cave of Wonders that I haven't gotten yet. That could be what's being described there. So I'm working with what I got right now. Underground dome expansion. I'm not going to do any outsourcing just because it's going to cost me money that I don't have to spend right now. So I'm just working with what I have and being happy with what I have. Granted, Explorer AI, not Explorer AI, the one that lets me automate these guys, I would take it right about now. It was originally a mod that I believe Silva created for this game, the automated rovers. And if you remember the history of this game, way back when it launched, you had to actually charge up the rovers. The rovers actually, you had to go and charge them at a site. You had to like park them on top of the cables for them to recharge and then go off. And if for some reason the rovers ran out of battery, you'd have to send like drones or another rover to transfer battery power over to it. I'm glad that was removed from the game, because this is a heck of a lot better to what we're working with now. We've now got 25 machine parts. That's really good. I do know these machine parts down here. Not the machine parts. The electronics can come from this automated rare metals deposit. I could. Let's see. Well, if I had a drone hub, I could show you where I could put it. Because I'd probably put it right in here. It'd be able to work the water deposit and both the metals and rare metals deposit, respectively. And that'd be kind of what I'm looking for in my next drone hub. Oh, wow. We're down to 27 concrete here, so I'd probably have to open this guy up if I was going to utilize anything with it. Alright, let's see what you got. You already got all 16. Cool beans. Go grab this other 14. Another issue with the automated mode. The Hey-Heys, the RC transports on automated mode, they'll drive straight into this thing. They're not delivering Dorothy or anything like that. They do is drive straight into any dust devils, any tornadoes that they have. I do also, because of my background in meteorology, I'm going to take a moment of silence in this video. There were 3 OU students that were killed last week in the United States. We'll grab their names right now. So yeah, the names of the 3 men, Gavin Short, Nicholas Nair, and Drake Brooks. Gavin was from the Chicago area, Nicholas from Denton, Texas, which is a Dallas-Fort Worth suburb, Drake Brooks of Evansville, Indiana. University of Oklahoma is one of the big meteorology schools in the United States. And talk about tornadoes right in here. I could kind of talk about my background. I've got a bachelor's in meteorology. My degree is somewhere in a box in my office. I got to find it and put it up on my wall. I went to University of Washington, and Oklahoma is one of the best research schools in the U.S. when it comes to meteorology. These 3 men were storm chasing out in Kansas. There was an outbreak of tornadoes last week, and you've probably seen the video by this point of an EF3 forming and ripping through a subdivision. Tornadoes are, I think, probably the most dangerous form of severe weather, in that you don't get a lot of lead time for it, there's not a lot of warning for it, and they are incredibly destructive in the very short amount of time they're on the ground. Storm chasers go out there because they want to know more about them, for the most. Some people go out there for the thrill of it. These students are going out there as part of their studies. They wanted to know more. You can read on the circumstances of the car crash, but it sucks when a degree field like mine, like this one, it loses talent at such a young age, because people don't go to college and decide, oh, I'm going to be a meteorologist. Like, oh, I got to find it. I got to pick a career. It's usually not one that's volunteered for. It's not like, oh, I got to find something. I'll pick this and it'll be fine. Most people who go into meteorology, they have a passion for it.
Sectors
and there was something that, like, was, for lack of a better term, the impetus of them getting into meteorology. For me, growing up in the Pacific Northwest, it was frustration over the forecast models being wrong all the time. I wanted to know why they were wrong and how they could be improved. I learned that, and I was like, okay, I can't program. And I fell into broadcasting. Washington is not a broadcasting school. It is a research school. It's a good one. It's up there with Oklahoma. I'll measure my alma mater with the University of Oklahoma. I know Oklahoma grads will be like, nah, you're nowhere near us. And that's totally fine. Penn State is one of the best broadcasting schools. Trying to remember where the other ones are. Mississippi State is another big one. That's what but if you go to, like, NOAA's website, or the National Weather Service, or the American Meteorological Society, for schools in the U.S. where they have meteorology programs, the EMS, European Meteorological Society, has it for all over Europe. I know Asia Pacific has to have its own branch of that. For a while, I was a member of the Royal Meteorological Society in the United Kingdom. They're based, I want to say they're based in Reading, one of the suburbs near London, and that's where the the European ECMWF. I can't remember the name of the forecast, but the Euro model. That's actually where they're headquartered. They're headquartered near the University of Reading, and the University of Reading's got a big meteorology program. The UK Met Office is headquartered, I want to say, in Exeter. I know it's not. It's not near London. It's a train ride to get to the UK Met Office. But a lot of people who are my age, in their 30s, a lot of them got into meteorology via Twister, 1996. The Helen Hunt, Bill Paxton film. And when Paxton died, if you can look up just Bill Paxton Storm Chasers, when he passed away, the Storm Chasers who were out around that time, they actually, across 3 states, made his initials. And it's a real nice tribute to him, because a lot of people who were Storm Chasers now got into it because of him. I have not gone storm chasing, and I probably won't, just because my fear of tornadoes, because of how destructive they are, I would like to avoid seeing that firsthand. I've had tornadoes come near my house in Texas. Actually had a few touchdown near me. I want to say maybe March, April. I actually don't know. We had a tornado outbreak this spring here, and I don't know much about what happened because it's been so bloody long. Okay, he's right there. I want to make sure. But I'm going to take a moment of silence for the 3 U of O students. Of course, I said I dropped my phone. I'm going to take a moment of silence for these 3 U of O students who passed away last week. And if you are like me, and you have that scientific mindset, you want to know more about things, that's definitely where college can do it, obviously, because you're going to learn stuff.
Sector scan.
If you do want to know more about those things, that you've got those resources near you. You've got broadcasters who hopefully are passionate about what they do. They're not doing it just to be on air. You've got your local universities, your local National Weather Service offices. There's over 100 in the United States. The closest one to me is, it's down towards San Antonio. Then there's like the Dallas-Fort Worth office, and there's one in Houston. Those are the closest offices to me. Bit of a drive for all of them. When I lived in Montana, there was one in town, thankfully. And they covered a giant chunk of the state from that one office. Pennsylvania's got one in State College, where I was living, so it's Pittsburgh, State College, I want to say Harrisburg, and then Philly. And there's also one for Northeastern P. I think Scranton is the Pennsylvania one. Ah, son of a... See, this is why I don't trust tornadoes. This is why I don't like tornadoes. Because that one tornado came through, took out all my large wind turbines simultaneously, caused a power leak, and shut down my machine parts factory. Thankfully, this guy's closed. But my drain on the grid is incredibly high right now. That's one of the reasons I don't like tornadoes. Is because, especially in this game, there's no lead time. You don't get that warning before it hits. And knowing that this guy is producing machine parts essentially just to keep this guy up and running, I'm going to grab this guy too.
Resources are low.
Yes, they are. Yeah, oh my god. Good lord. Just evac. Look at this. This is absurd. I have a tornado outbreak in my frickin' colony. I have 3 of them. I guess it's merged into 2 at this point. Okay, definitely want to thicken up the Martian atmosphere to stop these tornadoes from happening, these dust devils. Oh, that was frustrating.
Sector scanned.
There we go. Just run that one cable out here. It's going to hook up both of them. Okay. Wasn't actually expecting to have a talk about tornadoes and with dealing with tornadoes. That was definitely not planned. You guys got 12. Oh, I'm looking at the power output on these guys. Are you seriously still going? Get off my map. I'm done dealing with you right now. Okay. They're chasing Hey Hey. That's all. Honestly, I really think they're just chasing my rovers because they came over here. I moved the rovers out. They kept on that trajectory. They swung back to try to hit them again. Oy, oy, oy. Oh yeah, that's another reason. I need to get machine parts going. What about that, actually? So I'm just going to outsource 200 right now. I'm just going to outsource a flat 1,000. For that, I don't want to do the full outsource because once this guy comes back, he's going to come back to Mars. I should have enough to immediately leave. Let's see. Wow. Six people, 8 people, 10 people. Dang it, I think somebody else grabbed one of those breakthroughs before, or one of those planetary anomalies before I could, because I think one of them required a ton of drones. Yeah, during the overnight hours, I'm drawing 15 off the grid. Turn you off. Okay, we got more anomalies. Perfect. 6 botanists. RC Safari. No. RC Explorer resources. Oh, I did do a resource one. I did send an RC Explorer off. Okay, I need to get another. Probably look at getting another fuel refinery up and running. Oh, shut up. That was fuel or something. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna actually have this guy off during the overnight hours, just to minimize the draw on the power accumulator. Not sure why I picked this orientation for these guys, and it just seems to be working for me. I'm just going to go ahead and work on that.
Research complete.
Go. We got a recon center, and that should, there it is, low G excavation permits. Finally. Alright, so this allows the clearing of collapsed tunnels, clearing unstable areas of the underground safely. This technology is incredibly needed right now. I'm also going to do fuel compression, get that queued up. Okay. I do have 30 rare metals.
Shower incoming.
Please stop. Just please stop. The game, you are killing me here. In fact, I'm going to send Hey Hey into the elevator. See if you can actually get there. We've had a couple of cave-ins since this started. But if I can go over and maybe grab the materials that are down there. Because I know it says I have 10 down here. 10, 23, yeah. There's concrete and metals that are unaccounted for. They're over at the other site. We'll go ahead, grab those, bring them on back. Use that use the money from the high-speed comm satellite, or the, SETI satellite, to get some electronics and do the, also with the export too. That's important. Well, there they are. Now, I do like, having these materials over here. I don't think I have enough to actually build an elevator, though. I would actually need 10 machine parts, but I've got an incredible amount of those materials right here. Only problem is, and this is something to keep in mind, it's really important, if you do get a dust devil
Meteor shower incoming.
up here, it will damage the elevator downstairs, so balancing act required, obviously. Ton of metals down here, by the way. Yeah, let's see, 55, 65, 45. A couple hundred metals right there, just waiting to be plucked and brought back over here. Even with the production we have here, because this is a average deposit, it's pulling 12 per day. If you had this one manned, you'd probably get 20 per day. So the automated factories, they're nowhere near as good as the original. Just keep that in mind, that they're nice, they ain't great. But here, I'm actually going to hook up these low-grade, this to a low-grade deposit. I'm going to hook it up twice, actually. Because having the ability to pull more materials out, obviously good in the long run, and being able to trade concrete is quite helpful too. Set those guys down there. Check my time. Doing all right on that. Getting close to the end of this video. But now I've actually got some machine parts stacking up, which is good. We can utilize that to kind of keep everything running, or deal with any more dang disasters. Alright. We do have a deficit at night, which shouldn't be too much of an issue. Because if the draw is minus 12 overnight, and these guys operate during the day and give us 20, we should be okay. Another Mars quake. Thank you, Hey Hey. Hey Hey knows there is another way around by clearing these two tunnels, and he can very easily get back to us, but Hey Hey is also going to Hey Hey as much as possible. I'm going to put a cut in here in just a moment. We'll deal with the meteor storm. Okay, fine. Hanoi's gone. I don't remember actually doing anything to... Okay, that's why I can't get there. Send my explorer. We'll dig him out.
Shower incoming.
Such a geo scan. We're now scanning that low area, or that high area, excuse me, that we had the mining colony on, our mining outpost. So we're starting to scan that section now. We're going to find a bunch... this will be a concrete deposit. We'll find a metals deposit here, probably metals here, metals and concrete, maybe water over here. There's not a lot of water on this map. There's not a lot of things on this map, actually. So getting nano refinement very early is very, very helpful, and will be helpful in the long run. Let's go ahead and put a dumping site right here for you too. Let's put a cut in here, and next video we'll keep expanding out the colony. We'll get this rocket back from the launch SETI satellite mission. We'll get these 30 rare metals exported back to Earth and get the materials we need to get a high-speed comm satellite going and start getting this colony up and running. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and all the videos that come out on this channel. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.